Oh, good morning, and welcome to day 6 of my 21-day live. My name is Karen McMahon. I am the founder of Journey Beyond Divorce. I am just waiting for Instagram to come on board here. There we go. Excellent. Hi, welcome to Monday, July 15th. Today we're talking about how to start over after divorce. And this is a question that a number of our followers have reached out, especially when you've been married for decades, and certainly for those who didn't choose. But whether you decided or not, after decades of being married, how do you step into this new life, this new single life post divorce? And so I'm just going to touch on a couple of different challenges that our listeners and our one-on-one clients often face. And so there's a couple of things that happen. One is, it's easy to be stuck in the past. And whether you're stuck in the past with rose-colored glasses, only remembering the good times, and it's easy to do that. It's actually when there have been a lot of difficult times psychologically, we can even forget about those. We seem to just lose memory of those. And so one issue is being stuck in the past, as I talked about earlier in the live um, last week, was looking in the rearview mirror. And so it's very hard to move forward when you're always looking at the past. And of course, there's a huge amount of grieving that has to be done, the loss of what you thought could be. And so if that's your struggle, if you find yourself not living in the present moment, but living in the past, you really want to take a look at what's going on there. What do I have to process still? What are the wish and dreams that didn't happen, or that stopped, that I deeply still desire? Or what is the regret that I have? Because I have a story. If I had shown up differently, then I wouldn't be where I am today. Or what is the resentment I have toward my ex, because I'm still kind of stuck in that. And so if you're stuck in the past, you probably have some work to do on either forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of them, um, some grieving certainly to process. Of You may be stuck in denial, you may be just stuck in anger, depression. And so processing all of those feelings and understanding them will really help you to move forward. And you may be stuck just wanting to remember everything that was good. And I have a lot of clients in that category. And so I just wish I could have my former life back. And a quick question I often ask is, if you can have your life back with your spouse exactly as they are, exactly as they have been, no changes, is that really what you want? And most people, after thinking about that, can say no. And some kind of get caught in, well, had I been different, it would have been different. And so, again, those are the issues for you to work through, and being honest about what was. And then the other piece is the future, right? And so we have all of our authority is in the present, but it's easy for our monkey mind to get stuck in the past or to get stuck in the future. And so if you don't know where you're going, it's hard to get excited about it. And one of the things that we do with clients is we help them create a future self vision. And so here you are, and we want you to primarily stay in the present, but we want you to think about, what is it that you want and desire. And you may be like, I want and desire what I had, right? And okay, so let's accept that, we'll process that. But for you, who do you want to be, and what would you add to your life? Or what did you give up when you got married and started raising kids? What hobbies, what interests, what self-care, what dreams of traveling, or engaging in a particular career or interest? And so when we can begin to develop that concept of future self. Who's the future self that I want to yearn to be and to grow into? That's really helpful to pull us forward as opposed to keeping us stuck in the past. And so I would really encourage an exercise of just sitting down and beginning to write a story of your future self, your ideal future self in this new dynamic. And that might stop you if everything we do immediately stops you in this new single dynamic. You might hear yourself saying, yeah, but I don't have any friends. Yeah, but I just lost my family. Yeah, but my kids are grown. And again, that's all things that we need to support you in processing. And then, and still, just as you, who is it that you want to be? Maybe you want to get fit. Maybe you want to take dance lessons. Maybe you want to dive into volunteering. Really thinking about if nothing was an issue, if money wasn't an issue, if time wasn't an issue, if nothing was an issue, if the world was my oyster, what is this next chapter I would create? And so that's the second piece of it. And then, of course, the third piece of it is to keep your head where your feet are, which is being present in every day. And I think that divorce, of course, more than most transitions, gives us ample opportunity to criticize ourselves, to regret the past, to have so many different transitions at once, losing friends, losing in-laws, this transitioning situation with your children, whatever age they are, not having a partner after having a partner for so long, whether or not it was a good partner. One of the big things on that partnership, that companionship, is how often people tell me they miss their marriage, they miss their spouse, when what they actually are missing is the companionship. If you've been in partnership for 1, 2, 3, 4 decades, and now all of a sudden you're single, that's such a paradigm shift. And to be able to separate out the difference between missing the individual and missing the family dynamic or the partner dynamic, and getting really clear on that. And then if that's you, what can I do? And so if being in partnership has always been valuable, then who are your people? How can you start creating connections? I've been divorced for 18 years now. For a lot of it, I have not been in relationship. And so I've created my life based on what I enjoy doing in my free time, really consciously choosing friends and choosing people who can connect with me. My Saturday morning is a big time for chatting with girlfriends. I have a pretty regular desire to connect with my adult children, and so creating plans and rituals for doing that. And so, as you maybe you're just stepping into divorce, maybe you're heading toward the end of it, and this is a question for you: how do I start over after divorce? And one resource that I'll give you, so you want to look at your past, you want to see what you're holding on to, you want to consider your future self and really start dreaming and elaborating. You want to stay present in today. And if you're feeling alone and lonely, I think as adults, it's like, how do I make new connections? As an adult, when I used to maybe become friends with my kids, friends, parents, or that kind of a thing. So if you have a practice, so if you do yoga or meditation, there are communities that you can connect with. If you have a faith-based religion, there are houses of worship, and those are great to connect with. And if you don't have any of those, one of my recommendations all the time is to go to meetup.com, which is a platform where single people meet each other. And you might have an interest in photography, or you might be looking for a mommy and me group, or you might be looking for yoga or bike riding or a book club. finding other people. If you don't know how to begin to find friends, go on meetup.com, figure out what your interests are, see when those groups meet that are near you, and begin to build a new circle of friends. And so I hope that this brought value for you. You can always leave a comment, and we'll get back to you. If there's a topic you would like to hear about, please drop the comment. Drop something in the comments and I'll add it to my list. I think today's day 6, so we have plenty of days left. And I will see you. Let me tell you what tomorrow is, if I can. Tomorrow, we're talking about how to stop giving your spouse's perspective power over you. So make sure to tune in tomorrow and have a great day. I'll see you then.